Hi. As we enter a new year again, I was thinking many people start new projects in the new year. They make new goals and institute new habits. One that I would like to encourage people to start up if they haven't already is to do daily Bible reading. Have a schedule that will facilitate reading the whole Bible yearly. We, the Aspinall family, have been doing this since our son Max, who is now 21, since he was 3 years old. We go through the Bible every year. Recently, in one of our family readings, we were reading 2 Chronicles chapter 34. And I noticed a very practical lesson in this passage about the need to be acquainted with the whole of God's revelation. I wanted to read you just a section of what we read. It's 2 Chronicles 34. I'm going to read verses 14 to 21. Now when they brought out the money that was brought into the house of the Lord, Hilkiah the priest found the book of the law of the Lord given by Moses. It's thought that this is probably talking about the book of Deuteronomy. Now Hilkiah answered and said to Shaphan the scribe, I have found the book of the law in the house of the Lord. And Hilkiah gave the book to Shaphan. So Shaphan carried the book to the king, bringing the king word, saying, All that was committed to your servants they are doing. And they have gathered the money that was found in the house of the Lord, and have delivered it into the hand of the overseers and the workmen. Then Shaphan the scribe told the king, saying, Hilkiah the priest has given me a book. And Shaphan read it before the king. Thus it happened, when the king heard the words of the law, that he tore his clothes. Then the king commanded Hilkiah, Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, Abdon, the son of Micah, Shaphan the scribe, and Asaiah, a servant of the king, saying, Go inquire of the Lord for me, and for those who are left in Israel and Judah, concerning the words of the book that is found. For great is the wrath of the Lord that is poured out on us, because our fathers have not kept the word of the Lord, to do according to all that is written in this book. So King Josiah, he's shown himself to be a very good king with a love for God. He's restoring the house of the Lord. But you see his reaction here. He's quite overcome with grief. He tears his garments when he hears what the law actually says. So even though the law was lost, he still recognizes the guilt of himself and his people. So just doing what you think is right doesn't negate or excuse what is sin. So sin is still sin, whether we are in ignorance or not. It's still sin. King Josiah then has the people gather and has the book of the covenant read to all of the people. The latter part records that he does this. We, in our time, have 66 books in our Bibles, including the book of Deuteronomy. It is not lost. Do we read it? Do we read the whole of God's revelation that is available to us? David and I have been married since 1982. And we've been together so long that oftentimes we can end each other's sentences. We can finish them. Many times Max, our son, will hear something and he will immediately look at one of us and he knows what we're thinking. This is familiar you know each other. You spend time talking to each other. So we need to get to know the ways of God, not just individual verses in Scripture, but the ways of God. The benefit of reading the whole Bible yearly is that you will conquer the habit of proof texting. You will get a sense of the whole Bible, a picture of the whole meaning, not just cherry-picked sections in your mind. You will be protected from cherry-picked passages being the support to a conclusion that you have come to. You will break the frustration of proof texting pics to negate the proof texting pics of someone else who is also a proof texter. I hope that made sense. Anyways, I really encourage you to read the Bible on a yearly basis, and you will find you get a peace of mind and heart. I'm going to link to 2 videos that I did last year at the beginning of the year talking about Bible reading and having a schedule. The first one is about how we, as a family, came down to a schedule where we read the Bible since Max was growing up, what ended up working the best for us. And the second one is called Sanctified and Shaped by Scripture, with 2 other suggested schedules. In both of them, in the description, you will find a link. One is to a PDF of our schedule, and in the other one, two different ones that you could use. Thanks.